Hi, everybody. It is Steph. We are returning to our series on Gary Keller and Jay Papasan's book, The One Thing. And today I want to talk to you about multitasking. I seem to be having a lot of conversations lately with clients about unhooking ourselves from these sort of cultural inheritances around work. There are many of them. Classic one being that if you work 60 to 70 hours a week, you're somehow a rock star and that should be a badge of honor. No. The other one that is very common is multitasking. And I'm going to share my screen with you here super quick. This image probably resonates with you. We see some incarnation of this on a regular basis. Here's this person serenely holding his cup of coffee, the thing that keeps him going. And as he takes a sip, he has brilliant ideas and he's checking things off of his list and he's being aware of this time and he's preparing for a meeting and he's returning his emails and he's doing all of these things and it just seems seamless and effortless. And don't you see how happy and productive and serene he is? This is such crap. This is incredibly hard to do. And in fact, our brains are not wired to do it. There are so many studies out there that have thoroughly debunked the idea that we can be on the phone having a meaningful conversation while returning emails, while having somebody knock on our door and ask us a question, while the dog is asking to be let out if you're working from home. And I'm just speaking from experience. There's only so much the brain can handle at one time in a meaningful way. So basically, multitasking is just a guaranteed way to get a half-assed result. If that's what you're looking for and that floats your boat, multitask away and believe in the image. But if you really want to advance your cause and you want to grow your business and you need to mentor your employees or deepen your relationship with your strategic referral partners and your vendors, or you need to make strategic financial decisions. These are things that require thought and intentional energy. And thinking that you can just do this all the time and you are just going to get great results and aren't you just this most productive American? No, it does not work that way. It is such a myth. And it's this weird storytelling that gets perpetuated. And as you can tell, it really annoys me because it sets us up for stress and failure. It's kind of heartbreaking as a coach to see clients be so hard on themselves with their standards and their expectations that they think that they should be able to perform these outrageously difficult, complex feats all day, every day, without exception, flawlessly. This is the standard that so many people hold themselves to, and it's because of images like that and the myth of multitasking and these weird cultural echoes that we have around our work and how it gets achieved and the lengths to which we should go to sacrifice everything to get the prize. We Americans have a very weird relationship to work. So before you go into sort of the self-shame and blame game about what you think you can get done in one day, or whether you think you can do 5 things really successfully at the same time, just stop and question, where did that belief come from? Because if it's one of those things where, I don't know, you just kind of absorbed it, chances are it's a weird cultural thing that you just picked up on and it became the normal. And then it works in the background and it is a source of incredible stress. So what I suggest in its place and what the one thing argues is to get more discerning about what is truly worthy of your time and your attention. And yes, there are going to be days where you need to be able to change gears and move from one thing to another pretty quickly. I mean, we all have days like that, but that is very different than trying to do it all at the same time. Give this its attention, get it across its finish line or to a place of progress, stop, take a moment, change gears, dive into the next thing, make progress there, stop, take a moment, change gears, move to the next thing. That is very different than the graphic that I showed you, where it's all happening at one time. It's an impossible standard, and it's a standard that causes so many business owners unnecessary stress. If you can release yourself from that expectation and the burden that comes with it, it's amazing how much psychological real estate that will instantly create so that you can work on really juicy, meaningful projects that have a substantial impact on your business. If you struggle with this, please reach out, whether it's me or another coach. And I work with different colleagues on this all the time. I have colleagues who work on imposter syndrome. I love working with people on time management. You know, depending upon the source of the multitasking beast that lives within, there are plenty of resources out there to help you overcome that and adopt a mindset that will make you actually that much more effective and productive and get the results that you're looking for. So I highly recommend reading The One Thing and grabbing nuggets from that book that really resonate from you or with you, and try to get yourself on a path of discernment and intention and not just flurry of activity. Those are two different things with two very different results, and the one is actually much more meaningful than the other. So that's what I've got for you this week. I've got a whole other set of tips for you coming up around The One Thing. If there's anything in particular that you would like me to discuss, please reach out and share that with me, and I'm happy to incorporate that information into these videos. So hope you're having a great week, and I will see you in a couple of weeks. Bye, everyone.